Hello everyone, today in this video we will learn binary codes. Binary codes. Yes, we'll learn today in this video. Let's describe binary codes. There are lots of types of binary codes also. We'll go on it after studying the binary codes. Now, we know that computer understand only machine level language that is written by 0 and 1, which is also called the digital code. Computer only understand 0 and 1, but we use other informations, other format of informations to represent, to convey informations. For example, you use image, alphanumeric character, number, letter, etc. But directly computer do not understand it. Now, to make it understandable by the computer, we need binary equivalent of it. Now, after this is called the binary code. Now, after getting the binary code equivalent to the informations we given to the computer can process on it. Computer can store this data on it. Computer can transfer these informations to other computers, and computer can process on it. That means we need to convert any informations to the binary equivalent to store process into the computer. Now, this process of converting informations, number, etc. to the binary equivalent is called the encoding. Encoding means getting the binary equivalent of any informations is called the encoding. And the reverse process of encoding is called decoding. In the decoding, will computer process the binary code and display the human readable format in a human readable format. That means computer process 0 1 format and gives a b image video and so on. That is the reverse process, the process of getting human readable informations from binary informations is called the decoding, and the process of getting binary code from the human readable informations, human understandable informations is called the encoding. Now this is called the encoding, decoding and binary codes. Now there are various types of binary codes to get the, there are various methods to get the binary code. For example, let's see binary codes. Binary codes. Alphanumeric. Alphanumeric number. In an alphanumeric, A S C I I A S C I and E B I C. Another is Unicode. And another is BCD. And here weighted, non weighted, XS3, gray code, etc. Three thread 2 1 8 4 minus 2 minus 1 etc. Now these are the methods to get the binary codes Now alphanumeric. Alphanumeric. How to get the binary code from the alphanumeric characters? Now there are three methods: SC, EBCDIC, and Unicode. And these are the methods to get the to transfer to the binary code from alphanumeric codes. And number how to get the binary equivalent from the number. The method is called the BCD, binary coded decimal. Its full form is binary coded decimals. That means let's describe each one by one. SC, 7-bit representations. This 8-bit representations. This UTF 8, UTF 16, UTF 32. These are two. Now SC means 7-bit. 7-bit is used to represent the alphanumeric character. Now one alphanumeric character is equivalent to the 7-bit. That means suppose 0, null, suppose 0, A, capital A, small a, all these have a unique 7-bit code. Now all these have a unique 7-bit code. Now that means let's see, capital A is represented by 65 in SC code. Capital A is represented by 7-bit in SC code, and we need to convert binary equivalent of this 65, and this will be the binary code for A in the SC format. And this is the 7-bit. 7-bit binary code is used to represent 65, and 65 is coded as A. That means it can be represented by 65 decimal, and decimal is again converted into the binary code. That means in this way we'll represent all of these symbols: special symbol, small letter, capital letter, and so on. Then how many symbols it can store? Now we can see that from 7-bit we can make 2 to the power 7 combinations. That means 1 to 8 unique symbols. 1 to 8 unique alphanumeric symbol can be stored in the SC format. That means 1 to 8 unique symbols. From our example, A is one among them, that is represented by 65, and its equivalent 7-bit we can achieve. Now SC has the limitations because it cannot store all of the required alphanumeric symbols, because there are number of alphanumeric symbols, so that this became insufficient. 1 to 8 unique 7-bit is unable to store all of the recorded alphanumeric values, characters. Thus EBCDIC format was introduced. At this times, instead of 7-bit, this format used 8-bit to represent each symbol. Each alphanumerical symbols are represented by 8-bit. That means this also use the same way. For example, if A is represented by 65, it is its equivalent 8-bit, not 7-bit, equivalent 8-bit binary number is used to represent the A. That means suppose 0 is represented by in this way, but in SC 7-bit, but in EBCDIC 8-bit. Now in this way its symbols was represented. Now its capacity is still insufficient to represent all symbols, because 2 to the power 8 to 256. Yes, its capacity is to store double symbol then SC. Now 256. The unique alphanumeric symbols are increasing, was increasing at that time, so that it still became insufficient to store all of the unique alphanumeric character. Thus, later Unicode was introduced. Unicode, UTF, there are variant type of Unicode, that means UTF-8, UTF-16, UTF-32. Unicode transform format, that is Unicode. Unicode is same as the SC, EBC, IC and so on, but its capacity is very large. Almost all, almost all alphanumeric character Unicode can store. That means Unicode UTF have various form UTF-8. That means 8 binary code is used to represent an alphanumeric character. Its capacity is same to the EBCIC because both use 8 character. Most of the programmers use this UTF-8 format because all of the programming symbols can contain UTF-8. Now another is UTF-16. If this become deficient, then this can fulfill the requirement to represent alphanumeric character. Now UTF-632 is a very vast term. It will contain a lot of symbol. For example, 2 to the power 32. This is the great number, big number, and Unicode is sufficient to use this to store and to represent all of the alphanumeric character. Thus, Unicode is widely used in today's world. This is for the alphanumeric character. Alphanumeric character is just a symbol. And number. Another thing is number. How to represent the number in the binary code? There are a method. Binary coded decimal, BCD format. It is called the BCD, binary coded format. Now in the binary BCD code, BCD, binary decimal. Yes, this is the method to convert a decimal number into the binary code. Now, suppose 0. 0 is represented by 0. Same way, just a binary conversion. 1, 2, but each digit is represented by 4 bit. In a BCD format, each digit is represented by 4 digits. That means 1 is represented by 0001, 5 is represented by 0101, and 9 up to 9. How to represent the 9? 1001. Now in this way, up to 9 it can represent in this way. But if 10 become, then it can be represented by each digit by 4 digit. 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 0. Now in this way. And how to represent 11? 0 0 0 0 1 for 1, and another one 0 0 0 1, and so on. How then how to represent 333? Each binary digit is represented by 4. Each decimal digit is represented by 4 binary digit. Now it have 3 binary digit. That means 3. How to represent 3? 0 0 1 1 3 0 0 1 1 3 0 0 1 1. In this way, each binary number is decimal number is represented by in this way. Now again it have a weighted and non-weighted format. Now weighted means, suppose we have 3321, 3321, this in this format. And suppose 1001 is given. Now to represent this number 9, this means 9 in decimals, 9 is represented 1001. To represent this number using this 3 to 1 format, we use 1 into 3 plus 0 into 3 plus 0 into 2 plus 1 into 2. Multiplications of the each number which is at the same positions and plus additions of each number. Now we will get 3 plus 1 4. Now 4 would be its equivalent will be 4. If there is a 1001 in computer, that means it is stored in by 4. This is the weighted format and non-weighted format. Let's see XS3. What is how to represent it? Suppose 0 is given. How to represent it? 0 0 0 0. This is simple way. This is simple BCD equivalent of 0. Now XS3. To XS3 we just need to add plus 3. Plus 3 means it become 3. And how to represent 1. That XS3 means plus 3 to the original number. If we want to store 7, that means we need to store 10 because 7, 8, 9, 10. And it's become equivalent binary code become 1010. In this way, we use binary code. Now, another thing is absolute binary. Absolute binary. What is the absolute binary? Let's see. Absolute binary is used to, this is also the binary. Absolute binary means it used to represent a negative and positive number. That means it have a many formats. For example, its formats could be 2 to the power n. Suppose n is equal to 0, 1. One digit can also be represent 2 to the power 2. 2 to the power 1 means 2. 4. And similarly 8, 16, 32 format. You can use 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. Multiplications of the two format. Now, suppose let's take 4 format. 4 digit format. How to represent 3? 0, 0, 1, 1. In this way we represent the 3. But how to represent minus 3? 1, 0, 1, 1. This is the most significant bit. Most significant bit represents the sign of the number. Not the number, sign of the number. This most significant bit represent the sign of the symbol. For example, if MSB contain the 0, that means it is positive number. If MSB contain the 1, that means it is negative number. That means 0, 1, 1 means 3, 0, 1, 1, 1 3, but 1 means negative, 0 means positive. Then how to represent 5? 1, 0, 1. Is it positive? Thus 0. Minus 5, 1, 0, 1. It is negative, thus 1. Thus in this way we represent the binary equivalent of the both positive and negative number. Now, thank you everyone for watching the video. Please subscribe the video and keep watching.